No.
This is worth
$50,000.
$50,000.
I know, I paid for it. I don't know.
Now, look, we promised innovation in the coverage tonight, and one of the things about this coverage is we're going to try and cheer up other networks and, let's face it, other groups in the tally room here, people who've maybe been forgotten here in the tally room tonight. And Roy's brought along a little thing he's made at home.
Yes.
It's a terrific idea. What is it, Roy? Take us through it.
It's an old-fashioned dirigible, HG. I mean, it is a khaki campaign.
Yes.
We've got a dirigible here.
People fought wars with these in the olden days when there weren't any elites about.
No. What we'll try and do with this, HG, as we go to a break, we'll see if we can float this down by the ABC past Kerry, then by Channel 9 into Ray, and see how it goes, if we can direct it.
So in the break, go over to Channel 9 and Channel 2 and see if you can see the 7 Dig. We'll be back with more from the National Dump in a few minutes' time. Here it goes. Off your chute. There we go.
Favourites, but we're
In the
not.
shot?
Can we see it
I
there?
hope so.
I thought you wanted to drive it into Channel 2
Here we go.
or Channel
Yeah,
3.
there it is.
There it is.
Go past
Get it
Kerry.
into Channel
Oh, yes,
9.
there it is.
Yes.
And they must be thrilled to bits with that sort of fun element creeping into their coverage as well. Now,
It'd be a real
Roy,
talking point, wouldn't it, for Kerry and Co?
it would. The night we were there, the night the dirigible came over from
Yes.
Sydney. Now, we've got an internet poll.
Yes, it was. How much will Caretaker Minister of Defence Peter Reith be missed,
Yes.
you may recall? And we have the results of that, HG. A, heaps,
Yes.
12%.
Yes.
B, not so much, 7%. Good riddance, 37%. And who? 44%.
Yes. And we must say that a lot of that vote came from his phone card. The 44% came off his phone card. So that is an interesting statistic there. Now, let's have a quick look again at bums on seats and the overall state of the House. I think those people having trouble with it.
Hey, there it is.
There it is. Ah, the ABC. Hooray! Revolutionary techniques. Oldies but goldies here tonight on the Nation Dumps. Bums on seats, Roy, take us through the pictures again.
OK, let's have a look, HG, at the state of the House, or bums on seats, as we like to call it. At this stage, we think the government has been returned with a comfortable working majority. On the right, we have, of course, the coalition with 82 seats. That's our projection. Others 3, the independents referred to in the last segment, and Labor, or the ALP, with 65 seats.
Now, am I right in thinking that's an increase of 2 to the coalition and 2 less to the Labor Party?
I think that's right, actually. I think there's been a trade.
So we now move on to some of the retiring ministers.
Yes.
The seats of the retiring ministers. Let's go to Flinders. Let's go to Flinders. And
Very popular seat. People love it when Flinders is referred to, HG. They
yes,
go through
they
the
go
roof.
silly, don't they?
Don't they?
Yes.
Ah, yes, Flinders. Peter Reith, of course, leaving. And who was that we just saw?
I
Was
think
that
Michael Kroger.
Michael Kroger.
Yeah, he got his hands full.
And it always worries me, Michael Kroger appearing. Can we just drop Flinders for a moment? Michael Kroger, I think, is on the board of the ABC. Why isn't he appearing on the ABC? Why is he on Channel 9?
No, very good question, Roy.
I'll just
And I
leave that
can't answer.
hanging there.
No, that's
They
right.
invited him.
Oh, I'm sure he would have
Because
been.
they invited him.
He would have
you
been
know?
invited by the ABC. Kerry O'Brien would have
Would have
Michael
loved to
Kroger
have had
on.
him.
They'd love to have him on.
They might, they might not. Someone's killed it.
Ah, did you hear that one? It reminds me of the night the Light Globe went in Hawkey's press conference.
That's right.
And
He thought he was shot.
Yes, indeed. And I hope that was some of the military people here just having a bit of firing practice at the Dig. We only put it up to see if it had drawn any enemy fire, and it has.
It would have been Peter Reith's bodyguards, of which I think there are many.
Now,
Returning to
Flinders.
Flinders.
Now,
Yes.
that's the seat that Peter Reith held, of course.
Yes, he held it. And Greg Hunt is the new candidate, HG, for the Liberal Party,
Yes.
with 51.4% of the vote. It's gone up 4%. And I think many feel that Peter Reith left because he wasn't going to be able to win that seat after the telecard affair.
Greg Hunt's proved him totally wrong.
Yes.
Once again. So he on the two-party preferred. Let's go to have a look at this, and the Liberal solid vote there and easily holding the seat. Reithy must be crying out the back somewhere here.
Can I just
Yes, Amanda. Pop in there,
Senator
Amanda.
Bernstone, yes.
Senator
Just
Bernstone.
imagine, on the telecard affair, right?
Yes, the telecard
You got an
affair.
account at Myers, you lend it to your son,
Yes.
right? 5 years later,
Yes.
they ring up and say you owe us 50 grand.
Yes.
Are you going to say, oh, gee, OK, and pay it? But Reef paid up on that, even though he only got the bill 5 years later. 9 monthly accounts. I mean, fair crack of work. He did the right thing
That's why he's so
there.
popular in the electorate.
Yes,
that's why he would have held the seat.
Well,
a generous
we have
man
held
to
the
give
seat.
his card to
We have held the seat.
Great defence.
He
Are you allowed to give
he
your
has
card?
left this nation in a moment of crisis.
Mine's
The
ringing
best
me up and they
defence
want
minister
50.
since the war. Ms. Vanstone, the
Listen.
best defence minister since the war.
If you give me a bill
University
for
test
50
group,
grand,
Brigadier
5 years
McKerris.
later, you're not getting your
No,
money.
you're missing the point
You're not getting your
He's
money.
left this nation in the lurch. Who is going to step into the breach? Is that bloke Ticehurst, Tumby-Umby, tracking
Greg
the storms?
Hunt. Greg Hunt is stepping into the breach.
Okay,
Yeah, hang on, I thought it was against the law to give cards to family members. End of argument.
Okay, move on.
Casey.
Yes, Casey.
It's not against the law.
Now,
Hang on, back here, please. Is it or is it not against the law?
It's against the guidelines.
the guidelines.
I see.
God almighty, how silly of me.
That sort of core and
Just you
non-core
think about
promises.
that DJ's bill and ask me if you'd pay it 5 years later, a 50 grand bill.
Well, I think if I was shamed
See,
into it, and if
You know,
I'd been
I
an
mean, not
idiot,
like a couple of those
if I'd
As
been
Labour
an
always-
idiot in the first place.
What
As
about those Labour
always,
blokes? They go ride on a bike, they're told not to ride it, they drop off the bike, and then you and I have to pay them
Hang
70
on,
grand.
that went to
as
court.
always,
Me, you know,
a
that went to
we have to
distraction here.
pay 70
You're
grand.
talking
for
about
some.
leaping Leo McClay. That went to court.
Well, I wasn't going to mention the name.
No, that's all
You
right.
know,
we can.
that was low of you there.
Now, we move on to Casey, where Michael
Casey.
Woolgees has just thrilled the electorate for many, many years down there with his bedside manner. He went round to every house and asked to visit the sick as a way of holding that seat. And now, of course, we have
Tony Smith
everybody's
is
a
the
winner. Look at that, Roy. Everybody in this seat's a winner.
Well, I think
Smithy,
that,
Mackenzie,
more
Joyce.
people have moved into the electorate, I think, HG.
So we go to the two-party preferred, and we see, of course, that the Liberal, without Woolridge there in his bedside manner, and the Tony Smith there holds that seat comfortably. We move on to Farrer.
Tim Fisher's old seat.
Tim Fisher's old seat down along
Bill
the River
Bott
Murray.
is the new candidate, Bott by name. Former president of the New South Wales Shires Association. How has Bott gone?
Now, this is a three-cornered contest here.
It is
Liberal,
a good
National,
old-fashioned one.
Yes, and it looks as though Suzanne Lay is cleaning up there. Let's go to the two-party
Oh,
preferred.
no, I think Bott's got it, HG, on
Sorry,
two.
let's have a look. No,
No,
as
Lay's
Tim-
got it. You're dead right.
Yes, gee, they'd be very, very disappointed. That seat, Tim Fisher, you know, he had it by the cruets
Well, that's
for all
a,
those years, and he
that-
squeezed them dry.
That's a boot in the date of John Anderson,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It's a terrible loss there. He'd be smarting over that.
Yeah,
Wentworth.
but it's a great game for the Liberal Party and another woman in Parliament.
Very good.
Hey, another
Very
woman
good.
in.
And a possible defence
And without
minister.
a quota. Without a
And-
quota, another woman in.
And cannot use the phone. That's the thing I like about Suzanne Lay. You won't get any phone card rubbish from her. Now, we move on to Wentworth. Wentworth. And we see Peter King here for the Liberals. Look as though this would be a fairly safe seat, wouldn't it? There'd be no surprises here.
No, no
Wentworth.
surprises here. I don't
Now,
think
I
actually-
tell you what, that is the seat where the ALP member wanted to try and run it closer. So as if we look at two-party preferred, I don't think she's got it much closer than previously, because she'd never seen Peter King in the electorate and would like to actually see Peter King turn up and do something in the electorate.
Oh, I think the electorate...
They didn't ever see Andrew Thompson in the electorate.
No, that's
either.
he's always overseas on a study
Overseas
tour.
studying.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Studying, yes.
That's right.
Now,
So it's often good. Often people don't like seeing, you know, politicians in their electorate. They're much
Put
happier
them off.
than elsewhere.
and Chris, you've got a helper here with us.
It's time to check in and see what the Prime Minister's been doing. Joining